Welcome back, you guys. We are so excited because today is what?
Grandma's birthday.
It's Grandma Pickle's birthday, and we have the pleasure of making her birthday cake, but we're gonna be doing cupcakes. And the recipe we're gonna be doing today, which I'm super excited for, I've never done this recipe before. It's cinnamon roll cupcakes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started, what we're going to need is a 1/4 cup of oil, 3 tablespoons of butter at room temp, 3/4 cups of sugar, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1½ cups of cake flour. I'm gonna be using bread flour. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of sour cream at room temp, and a 1/4 cup of milk. So get all your ingredients out, put them on your table, wherever you're making this, and this is what we're gonna do to get started. So in a stand mixer with a paddle attachment or just a large bowl if you have a large bowl, we're going to add in the unsalted butter, oil, and sugar, and then we're gonna cream it together. So we're gonna, again, need a 1/4 cup of oil, 3 tablespoons of butter at room temp, and 3/4 cups of sugar. So we're gonna go ahead, put that in here, and mix it up and cream it together. Okay, so we have that creamed together. Now what we're going to do is add in the egg, vanilla, to the bowl, and then we're gonna continue to scrape down the sides. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're gonna need 1 large egg at room temp and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So let's go ahead and add that. Okay, so now that we have that added in here, what we're going to do is we're going to do in a separate bowl, we're going to mix in 1½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So let's go ahead now and do that in its own bowl. Okay, so now that you have all of your dry ingredients in here and you whisk them together, you're gonna add all of your dry ingredients into your wet ingredients. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so you're gonna mix it up on low speed until it's just combined, which is what I did. And now what you're going to do is you're going to add in the sour cream and continue to mix until the sour cream is just barely mixed in. So I've had this sitting out at room temp since we started. So now we're gonna add this in until it's just combined, and then we're gonna add in it says hot milk. So I'm guessing we're gonna warm the milk up. Doesn't say that, but it says hot milk. So we're gonna put this in, mix until just combined, and then we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of milk, and I'm gonna warm it up. So it's probably around 110, 115 degrees. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I scraped the sides down, mixed it again, and this is what it looks like. So it should be thick. See how it's not thin, it's not moving much. It's a thick batter. So that's what it looks like now. So we're just gonna set that aside for a second. And now in another bowl, we're gonna add the brown sugar and the cinnamon. So you're gonna need 5 tablespoons of brown sugar and 6 tablespoons of brown sugar and 5 tablespoons of cinnamon. And we're gonna whisk that together, and then we will be ready to put them together in the cupcake tins. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I don't remember if I said tablespoons or teaspoons, but you needed 6 tablespoons of brown sugar and 5 teaspoons of cinnamon. So now what I'm gonna do is just kind of mix it up with the fork, and any of the lumps that I have from my brown sugar that's been sitting in that canister for a while, I'm just gonna break it down. So I'm gonna mix this up and then we're going to put all of the cupcakes together. Okay, so I have my tins all ready. So I've got my cupcakes here, my cupcake pan here with all of the liners in. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the batter, and I show you how thick it is. It kind of reminds me of like a pancake batter, very, very thick. So we're going to take a teaspoon of the batter, put it in the bottom of every muffin tin, and then we're gonna take 2 teaspoons of the cinnamon sugar mix and put it on over each of the batters. And then you're gonna put another tablespoon of the batter to cover that. And then you're gonna put 1 more teaspoon on top to basically garnish the top of the cupcake. So let's go ahead and get these babies made. Okay, so here they are. This is what they look like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put them into the oven at 350 for 16 minutes until the edge of the cupcakes are golden brown, or when you touch them, they spring back. So let's go ahead and put them in a preheated oven at 350, and then I'll show you what they look like. Okay, you guys, so they're out of the oven. I'll give you a close-up of what they look like. Oh my gosh, they look so amazing. So I'm going to take them out of the cookie or the muffin tin right now, and I'm gonna put them on a cooling rack. We're gonna let them cool, and then we're gonna make the frosting. Okay, so take a peek. You can see in the tin, or in the paper, the cinnamon we put in halfway. See how it kind of made it like marbled? These look absolutely incredible, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these cool, and we can move on to making the frosting for the top. Okay, so now while these are cooling, we're going to make the cream cheese frosting. And what you're going to need is 1 8-ounce cream cheese package, 2 sticks of butter or 8 ounces, 2 cups of powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So what you're gonna do is you're going to put in a large bowl the butter and the cream cheese, and you're gonna whip it on medium speed for 2 to 3 minutes. And then once that's whipped, you're gonna scrape the edges down. And then you're gonna add in the vanilla extract and the powdered sugar. And you're gonna whip it on high speed for about 30 seconds until the frosting is combined. So let's go ahead and do that together. Okay, so there is the frosting. Looks really, really good. And now we're gonna wait till these cool completely, which they're just about there, and then we will put the frosting on top. Okay, so they are cooled down. It says with the recipe to just use a piping bag and put the icing in a piping bag, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just gonna use a plain old knife and put some on the top, and then I will show you what they look like. All right, so there we go, guys. That is what they look like. I want to thank my daughter for helping me. I'm so grateful that I'm able to be home doing things like this, raising her, teaching her. And if you want more of that and you're wondering how I am able to do that, there's actually a link in my bio. Click it. I would love to connect with you and show you how you can stay home doing more of what you love without missing a paycheck. And I'm super grateful for that. But I love how these turned out, you guys. It was super easy to make, super straightforward. I did have extra of the icing. There's still, I don't know, enough for probably 4 or 5 more cupcakes. So I'm just gonna put that in the fridge and I'll make a loaf of something in the next couple days and use that up. But yes, they absolutely turned out amazing. I will link this recipe that I used down below in the description so you can follow along yourself if you please. And if you do make these, let me know down below in the comments how they turn out for you, how they are. And if you know anybody who loves cinnamon buns and loves cupcakes, this is the best of both worlds. Forward this recipe to them. And they're probably gonna say, why did you just send me that recipe? Why didn't you just bring me the cupcakes? But anyways, I love and appreciate every single one of you. We're gonna take these to my grandma's tonight. My daughter found these little cupcake things where it says cautious wild one or wild animals, and she wants to put these in there. So I said, we'll give grandma say that she's a wild animal for her 75th. But anyways, love and appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for following along and watching all the recipes and things that I bring to you. And as always, ring that bell, subscribe so you never miss a video. Like this video, and I will see you guys back here next time. Bye.